What's up, good humans? How you guys doing? Alright, so it's a day off. I'm on the Hogness, riding into a movie job. Nighttime movie gig. Base camp is over here at Daniel Freeman Hospital off of Prairie. Looks like Prairie, not too far from Florence and Centinela over there. Anyway, I got off the 105 and hit Prairie North, and then I thought, you know what? I should have checked to see if there was anything going on at the Forum before I tried to take Prairie, because Prairie's the main drag that the LA Forum is on, the fabulous Forum. And if there's a concert or something going on, I mean, it's 4:45 right now. I mean, it's a little early, but I might get stuck in some nonsense. Hopefully not, though. So far so good. A little construction, that's about it. The street's horrible, man. A lot of bumps and ruts and holes and stupid. Heads up, heads up, heads up. Watch him, watch him. Alright. Survived that. Man, so let me tell you guys, it's been a bad week, man. Last week, a buddy of mine was at work on his city bike, you know, motor cop, working DUI enforcement. He's going through an intersection, and the guy turned, going the opposite direction, turned left in front of him, hit him, and hit him pretty bad, and then he took off. Luckily, that guy was later apprehended, so he's in custody. My buddy got hurt real bad. You know, I can't go into the details of the injuries, obviously, trying to protect his privacy. But he's going to be okay. He's going to live. But he has a long road to recovery. And from what I'm understanding, he's not going to have any long-term injuries, you know, that he's going to have to live with. And as far as I know, from this early stage, he should be coming back to work, which is great news. It certainly could have been a lot worse. And then a couple days ago, another buddy of mine, he was riding to work early in the morning, 5:10 in the morning, and there was some debris in the freeway and the roadway there, and he swerved to avoid it. Another car swerved, they clipped each other. He got knocked off his bike at freeway speeds and started to tumble and, you know, roll and stuff, and then another car coming up behind him, like a Ford Explorer. Yeah, she couldn't stop in time. She had no time to react, and ran him over. And he got run over. He got dragged or drugged or whatever, however you call it, dragged. And hey, check it out real quick. See all those cranes over there? That's where that new football field, that new football stadium's going in LA for the Rams and the Chargers. And not much to see right now, it's just a big hole. Anyway, so he got pinned underneath this SUV for a while, and I guess they were trying to get him out, and they couldn't lift the SUV up high enough, and finally they got him out, and needless to say, he sustained some very, very serious injuries. He's a dear friend of mine, real good friend of mine. We're pretty close. I've known him for, you know, 10, 12 years, so, and just a great guy. Yeah, so brother, I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of TC as well. I'm thinking of both of you guys, man. Anyway, he's had a couple surgeries, and I don't know, it's still too early to tell what kind of injuries are going to stay with him for a long time, and what kind are permanent and what kind are not. And it's too early to tell if he's going to make it back to work. But you know what? He's very, very lucky to be alive. So, you know, so it's been a bad week, man. And then today, another friend of mine, he's working a movie job similar to the one that I'm going to, and he got attacked by a vicious dog, and lucky for him, he didn't sustain any serious injuries, but unfortunately, the dog didn't make it. So it's just been crazy, man. It's been a crazy week. It's just really scary, man. It's a dangerous job. You know, riding a motorcycle, you know, by itself is a dangerous job, or a dangerous thing to do, you know. But so you just got to keep your head on a swivel, man. You know, you can do everything right, man, and then still get taken out, you know. So there's the Forum. I love the Forum. The fabulous Forum, ladies and gentlemen. I've been going there, man, since I was a kid, dude. I grew up about a mile from here. And I came here in July of 1986 on my skateboard one time to see Depeche Mode in concert. It was awesome. They almost didn't let me in, man. They're like, "You're not bringing that skateboard in." I go, "Well, that was my ride here." They're like, "Sorry, you know, go put it somewhere." I go, "I can't, you know." So they were giving me a hard time at the door. And the people behind me in line were like pleading my case. They're like, "Hey, he's just a kid." You know, I was like, I forget, 86. I was like a freshman or a sophomore. They're like, "Hey, let him in." You know, I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm in the nosebleeds. What am I going to do? Throw the skateboard at the band?" So they let me lock the skateboard up in the security office. And they're like, "Hey, after the show, you better be here like 5 minutes after or else we'll lock you. You'll never get your freaking skateboard." They were jerks, man. That's like the only bad experience I ever had at the Forum, you know. I went there for the Lakers celebration. I think it was in 88, the parade. Or was it 80? That might have been 86 also. I forget. See all the motorhomes and studio equipment. Star wagons. That's a telltale sign right there. All right, right on time. I don't have to be here till 5. I'm about 15 minutes early, 10, 15 minutes early. You guys probably can't see it, but that steeple over there, St. Mary's Catholic Church, that's where my mom went to church. Every time I see that steeple, it reminds me of my mom. What's up, man? How are you? Here we are. It doesn't look like they're using this part of the hospital anymore. Is Daniel Freeman even open still? Don't know. We're gonna have to see. Got the cool Doc Martens on. I don't see anybody yet. I'm gonna take a lap and get the lay of the land here real quick. I don't even know what show this is. Insecure. Never heard of it. But then again, I don't watch a lot of shows, man. I watch YouTube. That's really it. Sadly. But I don't watch. I'm not a big show watcher. Alright, I think I'm the first one here, so I'm going to post up over here in the shade and wait for the crew. I'll talk to you guys later. So I get here at base camp, I'm the only one here, so I got a feeling they're over here at the location, at the shoot location. It's pretty much like Slauson and West Boulevard and Slauson, so we're gonna head over there and see if they're there. Inglewood, Inglewood. Look at that jerk. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Well, here's everybody at. Here's where everybody is. That's good. What's up, police? Who? Who is that? Oh, is that too tall? All right, cool, thank you. All right, let's see what he says. Just rode past a pretty gnarly accident back there. Looks like a Prius got demolished, man. It was sitting over on the shoulder there, halfway in the slow lane. That was gnarly. A bunch of people were pulling over as I rode through there, so it's like they'll be calling and they'll be trying to help, so there's nothing really I can do. I don't have a first aid kit or anything, and it's really dangerous when there's an accident on the freeway. It's really dangerous to pull over to the shoulder, and you know, for a motorcyclist, because what happens is, you know, people are coming up really fast to that accident, and then they see it at the last second, and people do silly things. They swerve, or they'll hit debris and they'll freak out, and then they'll swerve and they'll collide with each other, or they'll slam on their brakes and lose control and spin out. Next thing you know, they're spinning out into you, and you're sitting there on your motorcycle with no protection, and here they come and they take you out. So not a good idea. If there's other people there that are going to help, and you know they're pulling over to help and stuff, I typically will just keep on going, because it's really unsafe to be in that situation, especially on a bike and not in a car, you know what I mean? Anyway, so earlier, well, the movie job's over, as if you couldn't already tell, and I'm riding home. I have to stop and get some gas here, but I know earlier I was talking about my buddies that have crashed. It's been a bad week, man. Two of my buddies in big motorcycle crashes at work, or one going to work and one at work on their city bikes. And hang on, let me do this real quick. Anyway, so talking about my buddies that crashed. Now, one of them, again, I'm not going to talk about their specific injuries. You know, I'll maintain their privacy and stuff. One of them, he had a surgery and it was successful. And from what I understand, the doctors are going to let him go home tomorrow, which is great news. Which is awesome news, you know what I mean? But my other buddy, he's had 3 surgeries so far, and you know, without getting into details, he's got some significant injuries that hopefully he'll recover from, but he may not recover from. It's way too early in the game to tell. He's heavily sedated, and you know, they won't know until he wakes up. They won't have a lot of answers until he starts to heal. Right now his body's swollen from the accident, and you know, he's pinned underneath a car on the freeway, for crying out loud, and he was dragged, and so he broke a lot of bones and got some significant major injuries. Well, one of the injuries is to his spine, and so he may or may not recover. He may or may not ride a motorcycle again. He may or may not even come back to work full duty or at all to work. It's just too early to tell. This guy is one of the nicest guys, one of the greatest guys, one of the most humble, hardworking people I've ever met. It's always a pleasure when you see Danny. He always has a smile. He always has a positive outlook on life. He's just a great guy. He's a really, I mean, he's just a pleasure to be around. I cannot say enough great things about this guy, and when I heard that he had been hurt so badly, it broke my heart. He's been through a lot. Anyway, I'm rambling. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out, you know, it's early to tell right now, but trying to figure out if there's anything I can do to help, if there's anything I can do, you know, to help Danny and his family out right now. And there's not a whole lot to do right now because it's still so early in the game, like I said. But I just found out today that they opened up an account at our credit union, at the Los Angeles Police Federal Credit Union. There's an account that they opened for people who want to, if you feel compelled to, you know, maybe reach out and maybe donate to them. You know, Danny's going to have a long road to recovery. He's the sole breadwinner. Nice stop. He's the sole breadwinner for the family, and they count on him and everything. And yes, he has a good job, and yes, he has good insurance, and yes, work and his insurance is going to take care of him. However, there are other costs that we don't know about that he will have to deal with, and his kids are going to have to deal with, and his family, you know, his mom, his dad, his sister. So I'll find out more about it. For now, all I have is the account number and the name of the account, and I'll put all that information. You'll see it here on the screen, but it's also down below in the comments. So go down there and get the information, and if you guys feel it in your heart to donate and help out, it's a worthy cause. 100% of every last penny will go directly to Danny and his family. So if you guys do that, you know, I would really appreciate it. I know he would really appreciate it if you can. I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not saying that if you're in a position, you know, to where you really can't, you know, not to. Only if you can and you're in a position to do so. If you're a brother motor officer or a sister motor officer at a different agency or another department in another city or in another state, and you guys can pass a hat around in roll call or in briefing or something like that, anything, any little bit will help. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out now, throw it out early. I'll talk about it again in the future. I'll make other videos to get about it, and we'll talk about it some more. What I'm thinking early on right now, and it's in its infancy right now, in early stages, but what I'm thinking right now is doing his name is Officer Boka, an Officer Boka support ride or fundraising ride or some sort of ride where you know, we all get together here in Southern California somewhere, and we get on our motorcycles or we get in our cars, whatever. You don't have to be on a bike, but we go for a ride, and we go for a ride, you know, in support and to lift Danny up. So that's what I'm thinking about early on. Maybe get some T-shirts made and stuff like that, and then all proceeds of that will go to the cause, you know, and then that way I'll be able to, like, you know, see you guys face to face and high five you guys and hug you and thank you and take pictures with you and you know, all that good stuff. I'll be able to thank you face to face as opposed to just a blanket thank you statement on a YouTube video, you know what I mean? So that's in the early stages, but for now, if you guys want to help, and if you can help and you want to help, link in the description below. Los Angeles Police Federal Credit Union, there's an account for Danny and his family to help them out financially. So that's one less thing that he has to worry about while he heals and he gets better and he gets stronger and he hopefully comes back to the job. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, guys. I thank you, and I'm sorry I'm making this a downer and everything, guys. I'm shook up over it. He's one of my dear friends, and so yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I'm just kind of at a loss for words. I don't know what to do. You know, this is kind of like, you know, it kind of got me, you know, really bummed out for him, you know. So, but I wanted to share this. It's early. I wanted to get it out there. I wanted to get it to as many people as possible, you know, all over the world, literally. So, if you guys are in a position and you're able to help, you know, link in the description below, man. Thank you so much, you guys. It really means a lot, and I cannot possibly thank you enough. So, and if you can't, you know, just send your wishes, send your thoughts, send your positive vibes, your prayers, however you choose to convey that. That you're thinking about him and his family, and that you're sending your support to them. You know, that means a lot too. So, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know. We'll put something together a little bit more polished, and we'll talk about it here in a future video coming up. But I just wanted to throw this out there real fast edit, not real fancy, nothing in there. Just put this video together real fast just to get it up and get it out there, guys. So I appreciate it. Officer needs help, and when an officer needs help, we all come together. Because in this family, nobody fights alone. All right. So we'll talk to you guys. Be good humans. Watch your six. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Later.